Back then, we had oil heat.
Right.
And seven oil. Pull up.
They used to come in the big oil truck.
I would run to the basement because the hose is hooked up outside, but it's just going right through the wall and into the tank.
Okay.
I would run into the basement just so I could hear that oil going in the tank.
That was an event.
That might water.
Growing up, right?
It's like because I'm looking through the glass and I see his feet.
Right.
And and now I know construction because I'm in this field a little bit, and it's like, wow, all he doing was putting oil in the tank. But I was amazed at that as a kid.
Right.
I always like to be able to see something not work and make it work. Or it works this way, but you want it to work another way.
Right.
And if I'm able to do it, I'm gonna do it for you.
So you wound up becoming an electrician. Wow, that's it's almost a direct reflection of your childhood.
Like, and it's crazy. I loved computers as a kid. Like I love computers, but it was like I was working at a job, and it was like I have to do something to get out of this. So I went back to school for heating and air conditioning.
Okay.
And in heating and air conditioning, they teach you a little bit about you have to learn electricity in heating and air because you got to bring 240 volts for the unit to work.
Okay.
So that's the first thing they taught us. So I passed that. I'm universal, whatever. So I was working at a shelter, and I just had to get out of there. It's like I've never been a stupid guy.
Okay.
And I felt like this was just like a dead end spot for me. So I'm like, I have to get out of here. So I went back to school. When I got out of school, I used the credentials from school to get into the maintenance department of this company, of this shelter.
Okay.
So they got me in there. I was with the HVAC guys for about a week, right? And then an electrician needed a guy, and I worked with him. So I worked with him for about a year straight at this company.
Okay.
So our supervisor, everybody else used to work with him would be scared, like, yo, I'm scared, I might get shot, I might get electrocuted. The supervisor always ask him, like, yo, how he working out? He like, man, I tell him how it works, he get it, he's not scared. So I worked with him at that job for like a year. They didn't fire him. They released his position to cut back. Fiscal year, they trying to cut back on numbers, so they felt like a licensed electrician wasn't what we need. So they let his position go. A couple months later, they fired me though, because I'm the guy that, look, you're not gonna keep your foot on my neck, I'm gonna push it off. That's just where we come from. I tell people like, y'all don't understand loyalty. I come from a city where loyalty you will lose your life.
Facts.
It's just, there's no punches thrown, you will lose your life. It's just simple as that. So people like me, we tend to carry that with us, whether it's at the job, a friendship outside of where we grew up, whatever, we have that in us. So it's like, and in turn, I want the same in return. So I'm not gonna allow this company to just do it and say and do whatever they want to me. When I'm coming here clocking in every day trying to knock out these work orders and do this work honestly and good, and y'all know. So I was like the black sheep. So, I had one straw and I took it. Supervisor, he tried to tell me that I work in this building. Y'all gave me this building to say, look, you maintenance this building, that's all you have to do. Then you're calling me telling me to go work at another building. I said, no, that's not my job. I'm here. He wrote me up for insubordination. Bro. They called my phone like, yeah, do you think at the end of the day you can stop at admin? We have, we want to sit down and talk. I already know what that means.
Right.
My last straw was the last one, so I already know. I packed my tools up. I just packed all my tools up and went there, took it on the chin. But I was outgrowing it. It's like, I want good people around me. And my supervisor wasn't good. My co-workers wasn't good. Everybody out for self, and I ain't really like that. Like I say, I got a different kind of loyalty. So like if I see you being a snake or any kind of way, I'm gonna want to get away from you.
Okay.
So yeah.
All that was a direct reflection of how you grew up, and just like even wanting to be into the electric field, because like in your basement with your grandpa.
Oh yeah, so y'all almost lost it. All right. So they fired me. So as they call me and say, come to the admin, we need to have a sit down. I'm like, it's over. I don't care. It's a wrap. I called the guy that they fired, the electrician.
Right.
Because mind you, I worked with him for a year there, and outside of work, we would clock out. I would still go work with him after work because he had side jobs.
So your loyalty was to him, not the job.
Yeah, not so much to him, it's to myself to learn.
Got it.
Put
Got
you on
it.
game.
You was like
right?
the apprentice.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm working with him on the clock, and I'm working with him when we clock out at 4. He might say, yo, I got some work after work. If you want to, make some side money, come to work with me.
Okay.
So I did that for a year with him. And then when that day they said, come up to admin, they're gonna let me go. I called him, like as soon as I got off the phone with them, I called him like, yo, bro, they can ready to fire me. He said, yo, you can come to work tomorrow. Just like that. So I'm really like, I really don't care. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I went in there, man, I flew, I don't care, look, whatever you want to do. I said, I didn't say what he said. He's lying on me. The guy, he didn't like me. So I went right back to work for him. So I worked with this electrician for a good 7 years.
Give him a shout out. What's his name?
His name is Ken Sturdivant, right?
Mr. Ken.
But it's a good and a bad thing. And this is worldwide stuff, so it is what it is. But he taught me a lot about electricity, a lot. But he didn't want to allow me to take that next step.
It's like the boxing trainer.
It's like
you want to get that championship
I want you to get
fight.
so far.
Right.
It's like if you surpass this, then you ain't gonna need me.
Right.
Like I told you, we come from a place where loyalty is everything, or you lose. So it's like you're not being loyal to me, so I'm gonna leave you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like I got too many responsibilities to stay under your umbrella. Like I have to branch off, and a good person, a good friend is going to assist you in branching off.
Right.
They're not going to just sit here and just hold you back or give you 1,000 excuses of why they can't help you at this time. No, so I just stepped out on it. Like, yo, bro, I gotta go. I can't do this no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can come in here and wire up this whole building by myself. So when I need you to assist me, when I got things to do by myself and you can't assist me, how am I going to continue to come here and help you build your brain? I'm trying to build my own.
So with that being said, did you wind up becoming a parent yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And before we get to that, one more thing I want to add about your grandparents. Were you the oldest grandchild?
No, my oldest, I'm trying to think, is Nikki.
Okay. And what's your relationship with Nikki?
That's my cousin, but that's my sister.
Your
that's
cousin,
my mother's brother's daughter.
Your mother's brother's daughter.
It's my Uncle Boo's
Your
daughter.
cousin, but she's your sister. How much older is she than you?
7 years.
Than you are.
My birthday is 2/8/78.
Okay.
February 8th.
Right.
Hers is 8/2/71.
So if you're 10 years old, she's 17.
Yeah.
You looked up to her your whole life.
She the one.
What's your relationship like with her? And she also grew up in your grandparents' house with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
talk about Nikki for a little bit. What was your relationship like with her?
Nick is clutch. She's clutch. She comes through in the clutch.
So that's your cousin. She like the sister you didn't have.
Yeah. This is like that's why I don't hold no much. That's why I can't hold grudges about the hardships of with my father, because I had replacements for a lot of those things.
Okay.
Like my grandparents held me down. Nikki held me down.
Okay.
Like, and then after I met my sisters, they held me down.
Okay.
It wasn't never no, you know what I'm saying?
No
So
void.
me to even harbor any hard feelings towards him, because ain't none of us hold none, and I had the people there to substitute for him.
Okay.
I never needed anything, like as a kid. Clothes, like at 17 I had my own car, like I always was like one of the best dressed, like it's just what they did. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't no bum. Like if I came to school bumming, it's because I was ripping and being an egghead and just being bad. You know what I'm saying? Ripping and running, being hard-headed. But my grandparents, they took care of me. Like I went to school dressed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Word up. But Nikki was clutch. She like, you gotta figure, Nikki graduated in 89.
Okay.
I graduated in 96. So I didn't even touch high school with her. You know what I'm saying? So she was always ready for the mix, like what clothes is out, what's popping, what's hot, how to dress. She was already fresh from the 80s. So she always had an ear of what's popping, what's coming out. My grandma used to be trying to hear that from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I want this. I'm like, I'm not buying that stuff. I'm not like, shh. I'm trying to go to school looking like a square. Like, you wow.
Try to have you go to school looking like me.
Yeah, like, come on, man. You see Khalid, man? I ain't trying to do it like that. But anyway, look, right, so I would hit Nick.
Okay.
Nick, the new polo boots just dropped. Grandma, I'm tripping. I need you to call her, man.
Right.
she talking about she can't spend no $180 on a pair of boots. And you talking about you want both of them. I'm like, pfft. So I called Nick. I promise you, I called Nick on Friday. I had on polo boots next week. I have them, both pair. She's going to get the money, take me to the store, take me to get them.
Okay.
And my grandma's not going to say, she's just going to, hey, you got them. But like, bro, I had it, man. Like,
So big sister / mom, or
like,
just big sister?
Just big sister. Like it
Big
wasn't,
sister.
She didn't have the mom because she allowed me to bump my head. She
Okay.
allowed me to get my bruises, and then she picked me up and helped me lick my wounds.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes mom have the tendency to try to prevent you from even getting the
Right,
bruises.
right.
Nick said, you want to bump your head.
So shout out to Nikki.
You know what I'm
Shout out to
saying?
Nikki for being
You know
there.
what I'm saying? Like, I remember times we would go school shopping. Like, my grandma she would give me cash. I remember this particular one. She gave me, I want to say, $1,000 or $1,500 cash.
She gave you
My
$1,500
grandma
to
gave
go
me
school
$1,500
shopping?
school shopping, and she gave me her Macy's card.
Okay.
Because she was thinking like, yeah, you better line yourself up, you know, at least
For the
till,
whole
like,
school year.
At least till Easter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So-
which is basically the whole school
You feel me?
year.
Like, you gotta do something.
Right.
Line this winter up. You don't need nothing else. So
Right.
I got the Macy's card.
And even that's a lot. Kids don't get that much for the whole
$1,500,
school
bro.
year.
Listen, so right, you talking about early to mid '90s.
Right.
So you know what's popping then? Guess,
Nautica.
Jabos, all that.
Tommy Hill.
So you know, like now we might get a pair of jeans. They 180, 190 now. That's just the norm now. But then, $80, $75, $80 jeans then was like,
Right.
yeah,
Right.
you're doing something. I blew it. Bro, I came back with like 10 outfits. I didn't get no sneaks. I came back with 10 Jabot and Guess outfits. My grandma went through the ceiling. Like, we walked in with these, you know, like 6 bags. Like 2,500s. My grandma, like, where's she sitting at? At the table.
Right.
One leg. She's
Right.
looking like, she got the glasses on, right? And you know how old people is.
She's like, y'all going back out to the car, right?
Yeah, like the glasses like this, but she's looking over the top. Like,
Like,
I know they ain't all the bags you coming in
Right.
with that, boy.
she want to know where her money went.
But look, Nikki's sitting there with the dumb look, like, nigga, you told me that, like, you had me buying all this stuff. Like, you knew we only came out with 10 outfits. When my grandma gave me another $1,000, bro.
Wow. Spoiled.
I was spoiled. She gave me another $1,000. She said, you better fill it in.
Did you?
Yeah, I got it
So
right
you
this
took
time.
the second $1,000
Got sneaks
seriously.
and stuff, and then I got like, you know, not low budget, but you know what I'm saying, more affordable jeans to pack. Cause I had so many Jabot and Guess jeans, like, bro.
Sneaks and shoes.
I got the sneaks and all that, but
But you don't got to be flashy every day.
Yeah, you know what
Once
I'm saying?
people know, they know.
like, and it's like,
So
yo,
even if you got a cheap pair of $5 jeans, people would
it was like, you know,
assume that they was.
We went back to the mall. I probably got like, you know what I'm saying, cause Nautica
Yo,
jeans
I was
wasn't
looking
as
at
much as like Jabots.
the deviousness in your eyes.
Bro,
like-
listen, she got me out of so much stuff. Like, what? Not so much as she didn't get me out. She like, all right. This is another story, right? High school. I don't know if you remember this one. It might have been my junior year or my senior year. So you're there because you came there my junior year. You're
Yeah,
98.
I was a freshman when you were
Do you
a
remember
junior.
when me and Fidel Napier got called to the office? You
No.
probably heard my name on the intercom.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. Mr. Jenkins called me at least twice a week. That's what I did. You know what I'm saying? Then I went to practice, like, and he's like, "You just gonna go to practice and then cut class?"
Right.
Like, yeah, that's what we do. Like, you know what I'm saying? I wish I would have changed, but you know. But anyway, me and Fidel, that's my boy, man, Missy. They called us to the office. Now, mind you, I don't even hang with Fee in school like that. We're on a team, but you know, when you're on a team, that's your team. But when you outside, you got your own little circles that you every day. Y'all might, you know,
Right.
some people do this, some people do that.
High school is extremely
Yeah.
cliquey.
So when they called Justin Patton, Fidel Napier, report to Mr. Jenkins' office immediately. I'm in class. Now, mind you, bro, I'm in class. I'm
Right.
like, nigga, I'm in class. Like,
Right.
I don't never be in class. Like, I'm here to hear this. I'm normally, he be calling, yo, Jenkins was calling you all day yesterday, yo. You better get low. So he calls me. I'm like, look, I'm going. I'm in class. I'm doing the right thing today. I'm going to see what he wants.
Right.
So we get there. We sitting in there.
Y'all got there at the same time?
Yeah, because we walking down the hall like, yo, what you do? He like, man, I ain't do nothing. I'm like, man, I don't know what he talk about. So me and Fee go in there, right? You know, you ever been to Jiggy's office, right?
Of course.
This man smoked cigarettes in the building.
Facts.
The magnitude that I'm thinking about now, he's in a school building smoking cigarettes.
I saw him doing so much in his office. He was popping peas.
Liquor.
Right.
The Reeboks used to sit on the side of the thing. He used to take his shoes off. The Reeboks was curled up like this. He had the Reeboks like my whole 4 years, the same ones, the black joints. He used to polish them and shine them. I'm like, Mr. Jenkins, you make like 95 a year. Buy a new pair of sneaks, man. Justin, shut up. He smoked a cigarette. He smoked half of it. Put it out. If you remember, his ashtray was all half of cigarettes.
Yeah, and cigars too.
He never finished one.
Right.
You know, boy, you got these police coming up. Look, so.
That's y'all kids. Y'all kids had him smoking.
Right? So, we get to the office. We sitting there. It's the police in there. So, like, we like.
Oh, wow.
Like, what's going on? So, we.
How many cops?
There's one.
Oh, a cop in there? Okay.
Maybe two. Wasn't nothing. They didn't grab us up or nothing like that, but they said, a gentleman said his house he got robbed. Someone broke in his house, tied him up, and basically did a home invasion.
Okay.
And he picked me and Fidel out of a lineup.
What?
Mind you, it happened during football practice, which I might cut class, but I'm not missing football practice.
Right.
You know that.
I personally
I'm coming
know
to
that.
practice. Like I might not even go to school. I'm gonna be to practice.
Right.
So I'm not gonna go rob no. I don't need my grandpa make $1,500 a week. Why am I robbing somebody? So
this is like over 20 years ago. You didn't do it.
I know I didn't.
Okay.
Absolutely did not do it.
Okay.
Clear.
Okay.
I didn't do it. Which camera I'm at? Here, I ain't do it. You feel me? Clear. I did some stuff, but that one I didn't.
Right,
You know what
right.
I'm saying? So.
And it's a different animal when you know you didn't do what
Man,
you
I'm not trying
accused
to hear
of.
that. So we get downtown.
Oh, y'all had to go downtown?
Yeah.
So y'all left school?
Man, I've been in some. Listen, we get downtown, right? So I had bullets in my book bag. No gun, just had the bullets. I found
Okay.
them. Kid, seeing them on the ground, picked up, put them in my book bag. So we're walking out, and I just like, I think I should just tell the cops because I don't know. Like if I walk in this police station, it's the 90s. They ain't got no damn metal detectors. I could have walked right in there with the bullets and walked out.
Right.
But I was nervous, so I told him, I said, look, I just found these joints on the side, and here. And you know, I ain't got no pistol or anything, but these are the bullets. You can have them like that. He didn't really think nothing of it. But he was playing with it when he was interviewing us, questioning us, trying to like scare me. But
Right.
I didn't do it, so I'm not going to be scared.
Right.
So to get to the point, we're sitting there, me, Fidel's father, and mind you,
Oh, his dad came up.
Yeah,
Okay.
I get in too much trouble.
Right.
I can't call my grandma and grandpa like, yo, they got me down here for a robbery. My grandpa.
And by the way, you can't call your grandma because she can't come.
Yeah, but I don't want to call her if she could come.
Right.
She's gonna kill me.
Right.
Bro, man, grandma, they got me down here for a robbery. She's not trying to hear if I did it or not. I'm getting my ass whooped.
Just for being there.
Yeah.
Just for being accused.
Just for being always getting in trouble.
Okay,
All the time.
right.
I probably was just downtown I got another story for you too. Right? So look. So I'm like, they like, look, who you gonna call? You have to call an adult, you know, you're underage. I gotta call Nick. Nick, I need you to get down here. They got me down here for like this. They talking about I robbed this guy and I didn't do it. And I cannot call home because grandmama's gonna kill me.
Right.
Nick came.
She answered the phone first time you
You don't
called?
play that with me. Nikki, you don't play that.
But she might not have been home though.
She didn't care. She was going to get there. She was going to get
No,
there.
I mean to get the call.
No.
She
had
was home?
She had one of them big
Oh,
blocks.
it was cell phones.
So, you talking about the 90s, like 95. She had one of them big goofy joints that...
Like Puff had in the video.
Or it might have been a beeper.
Oh, okay.
I might have paged her.
You might have paged her.
She might have called back I might have paged her and left the police station number and it might have been a page.
Okay.
It might have been a page.
Okay.
But she got there. Or it might have been payphone something. I might have called the house, but I called Nick, because Nick had her own spot at the time. You talking about, she might have been 25.
Okay.
Or 23, 24. So she had her own spot. So I probably called her and called her there. I'm like, look, I need you to get here. I can't call Pop.
Right.
I can't call Grandma, and I can't call my mom.
And it wasn't letting you leave without a parent.
Not.
Right.
So Nick get down there. So she's an adult. She can handle it. So.
By the way, is this her first time picking you up from jail?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's her first one.
Okay.
Right? So we're there, and she's looking at me like, she's looking at me, asking me with her look like, nigga, did you do this?
Right.
And I'm looking at her like, dog, I ain't do this.
Right.
So when I gave her that look, she turned around like, look. So she's like, all right, so the guy, he says, if we agreed to pay back what was missing, he'd drop the charges.
Oh, he was there.
Yeah. I'm looking at him like, mind you, he's...
So even after the lineup, y'all came and he was like, yeah, that's them.
But he's a barber. If you don't remember, see, this is back 90s.
Right.
Dozier, one of the best barbers in the city, Corey Dozier, they to me, they top notch ever.
Okay.
You're not going to top what Corey and Dozier did to the city. Haircuts, ain't going to get it. But anyway,
So they were like, if y'all admit that y'all did it.
so yeah, so mind you, Dozier at this time, he had a shop down near Liberty. It was between Mechanic and Liberty on Mount Ephraim Avenue.
Okay.
It was a little, it set back some, it was a little shop where he used to cut hair at. He branched off from Quality and he had his own shop. But he had another guy that was in there cutting hair. This is the guy that said, we robbed him. Now mind you, he used to see us come get the haircuts from Doe. So I don't know how he tied me. It must have been somebody tall and somebody short.
Right.
He just said, look, these guys are tall and short, but it wasn't me. So we get there, he's like, look, if they replace the stuff that was missing, blah, 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 he'll drop the charges. So the cops is like, well, you know, if y'all two families can come together, you know, to pay it, we can just drop the charges. I'm like, I'm not asking my grandparents to pay anything.
Right, because I ain't do it. Right.
I'm not. I said, Nick, no. Because if, for one, they're gonna know what I did. If I tell them to pay this fine, they're gonna know what I did. I'm not agreeing to that. Fidel dad paid the whole fine.
Did he?
Fidel's dad paid the whole fine. He said,
How much was it?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Then the guy talking about he got robbed for this little peanut gallery stuff. Like, come on, bro. Nobody, come on. Ain't but nothing missing. You ain't had nothing. You ain't had nothing. So Fidel dad paid it. I walked out, and my grandparents never knew I was questioned for armed robbery. I
Wow.
would have got my ass whooped, bro.
Right.
Bad. I got stories, bro.
So speaking of that though, so you became a parent yourself.
Yeah.
How many
I
beautiful?
got 4. 2 and 2.
Say it again.
2 and 2. 2 girls, 2 boys.
Okay, what are their age ranges?
All right. People always like laugh. I'd be hard. There's just like too many of them. My oldest is 18.
Your oldest is 18, your youngest is what?
2.
Years old right now.
2 right now.
Okay.
2. And then I got a 14-year-old daughter. So my oldest 2 are 18, 14. Hold up. What year is this? 22, 21?
2021, but it just started.
So she'll be 14. My second daughter, my youngest daughter will be 14 this summer, August.
Okay.
My oldest son will be 11 at the end of this year.
Got it.
And the baby just turned 2.
Okay.
Just turned 2.
What would you say are some similarities and differences between your parents' parenting style, your grandparents' parenting style, and yours?
They rule by the fist.
Okay.
I try to be more verbal because I'm a firm believer that I can achieve the same thing if I tell you to do something versus if I beat you to do something. It's like, you know, hey, yo, pick that up and put it on the table. As a child, he's going to listen to you. Naturally. You know, you got something defiant, but we just talk about natural situations. They're going to do it. Versus, yo, pick that up and put it on the goddamn, they're going to do it too. But what are we building by doing the latter versus the former? You know, it gets a little better. It builds a little more into that child. Like, if you talking down, yelling at them all the time versus, because they feel like, because like if they feel like you talking to them, I feel like they'll talk to you. When they're growing, when they grow up, when they run into things, they're not going to be too sheltered to be like, I don't want to say nothing to my dad, man, because he's always yelling and shit. Or I don't want to say nothing to my mom because all she did was bitch every time I talk. So it's like, I don't want my kids to be like that.
Got it.
Like, I want my people to be like, look, Pop, this is what's going on. I need your advice. I need to ask you, what should I do? Or how should I move? Or, you know, things like that.
Okay.
Like, so my grandmother, she didn't beat me like that, but she beat me. I remember one day, I'm gonna make it short, I stayed out all day. Like, I stayed out all day. You're talking about like 80s, so I'm not even a teenager yet. I went out summertime or weekend, either one. I don't have the curfew of a school night.
Right.
So and you leaving out 10 in the morning, 9 in the morning. I left out 9 in the morning, bro. I stayed out till about 9 o'clock at night.
Okay.
And I don't have no beeper, no nothing. So
Right.
they are looking for me.
Ah,
They are looking for me tremendously. I'm talking about the hounds, everybody, the neighborhood, why everybody's looking for Justin. I'm over it. What's his name? I forget his name. I think his name is it's one of my old friends. He had the prettiest sister. And she was older than us, but I just wanted to go over there just to, just to sit around his sisters and stuff like that.
Right.
I'm not even playing with him. I just want to be watching his sister playing on the phone with her. That's it. All day. Man, I walked in that door at 9 o'clock. I wish I could stand up and stay in focus. Look, I walked in the door, right? And my grandma, she had the one leg. She had a hospital bed downstairs, so she didn't have to go up and down the steps. She used to sleep downstairs.
Okay.
So I cracked the door open. It's dark. I didn't think about it at first, but then I seen the bed and she ain't in the bed. I'm like, man, it's 9 o'clock. Where? I said, she might be out looking for me. Let me take my ass to bed and go to sleep. I shut that door. I took 2 steps. She was behind the door. Right? One leg. She got,
Right.
she got the prosthetic leg and stuff on. So I know if I make it up the steps, I'm good to go. Because she's not coming up there.
right.
Bro, she hobbled. I'm running. It's like we had a center table. I took the long route. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
'Cause she trying to squeeze through this part. She might fall asleep. I'm gonna take the long route. Bro, I took that long route and I started bending, trying to hit that step, and she was coming. Bro, she unraveled that belt and she had the buckle part swinging, and she whopped me and it hit me like whatever that bone is right there.
Right.
She hit me right there. Bro, I came back down the steps like a slinky. And she wore my ass out, bro.
She cut you off like a corner.
Nigga, look, she wore my ass out, right, bro? She said, you ain't going outside for the rest of the summer. And she meant that.
Right.
Like, it might have been July. I ain't go back out till school started. Like, you talking about you go on the porch and that's it. And you remember I tell you, we got the corner house.
Right.
So she says, you go from the porch, around the side of the house, to the backyard. That's it. If I call you, you ain't here in 5 minutes,
Right.
watch what happened. I was in there. I was mad as I don't know what that whole summer. I was just on the porch just watching everybody play, riding their bikes. And just on the porch, like, it was worth it. I sat over there all night. You know what I'm saying?
But you have never extolled that type of punishment on your own kids.
Nah, I can't. Me personally, I'm a very sentimental person. I'm a very sentimental person. So it's like I can't even beat them till they cry like that. It hurts me. I'm gonna hurt myself by watching them cry. So I don't even, I can yell at my daughter. My daughter, oh. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really gotta beat them. My sons, I more so just want them to realize that they're gonna grow up to be men. So there's a lot of stuff that you just can't keep getting mad at. Like,
Okay.
stop letting your sisters get you that mad. Because if you keep letting them get you that mad, what you think your wife gonna do? Or what your
Right.
lady gonna do? Probably gonna drive you crazy. Stop letting that stuff bother you.
I bet you don't remember all the schools you went to growing up.
Yeah. All right. As a kid, we went to BPUM.
What's BPUM?
It was like a Black People United movement. That was that's what it stood for. My Uncle Poppy and his friends, they started this movement. But it was like a daycare center.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It was like a daycare center. The big green building downtown.
So that was pre-K or K?
Pre-K.
Pre-K. Okay.
And everything before pre-K.
Okay.
All right. And then once I started going.
Somebody I recently interviewed said they went to BPUM.
If you was from the city, more than likely you went to BPUM.
Okay.
A lot of people. We had 2 buildings. It was one downtown and then one out on Atlantic and Lewis Street. That's right on the corner. That was
Okay.
BPUM building too.
Okay.
All right. Then I went to Bonsall.
For K through what?
5.
K. Oh, really? Your whole elementary school?
Bonsall school, one school.
Okay.
Every school I went to, I stayed there.
So pretty stable childhood then.
Yeah, stable.
It was
like
either
I told you,
at one of your mom's apartments or at your grandparents'.
That's it.
Grandparents was home base.
That was sturdy.
Okay.
It never changed. 1099 Morton Street.
Okay.
That was home.
Okay.
It's home.
Okay. What was your experience like at Bonsall?
Kitty, you figure Bonsall on this street, right around the corner of my grandma's house. Like I walk right to school. Like
Like a
I've been-
1 minute walk?
if that. And you know,
Okay.
we kids. I'm probably running to get to the
Right.
play yard so I can play before we go into school.
Right.
So I went to Bonsall. Bonsall was cool. It was fun.
What did you want to be when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up?
Bro, I used to have anxiety attacks thinking I wasn't gonna make it to be a football player.
Okay.
I used to lay on the floor watching football, and I used to be like, yo, I gotta do this.
Okay.
I have to do this. Like, I don't know what else to do. Like, how I'm gonna survive? How I'm gonna be an adult in this world without playing football?
Got it. Got it. So sports was also
It was
a
heavy.
huge part of your childhood.
Yeah, not as huge as some, like as we see these kids doing now.
Right.
Actually, my mother made me play football.
Really?
She made me.
Huh.
She made me. It was Centerville Simbas. I want to say I started playing Centerville Simbas in '85, '7.
Now, what is Centerville Simbas for anybody who doesn't know?